Greetings to all the students. I hope you all are fine. So let's continue our discussion, the story of village Palampur. Today we will discuss the organization of production, page number 2 of your textbook. In previous lecture that we have started our chapter, the story of village Palampur, what I have discussed is that everything is available in the village. After considering that, we also have to see how the economy of the Palampur runs. We are studying economics. See, don't get confused between economics and economy. Economics is the matter of study subject. Okay, and economy is about how the state or area runs, how production is going on, everything. From where money is coming, how the people is engaged in the economic activity. That means people of that area is engaged in which economic activity. Now see, organization of production means in the economy how production is going on. Now first question arises, production of what? Means what to produce so that people can earn money. Goods and services that we want, that one we will produce. Okay, suppose for study what we need is that copy is needed, books is needed, pen is needed, etc, etc. That one we need. It doesn't mean that we are sitting so let's produce anything. No, it doesn't mean that. We will produce the things only which is needed by people. The things which is needed to us is produced in the economy. So what is our basic need? Our basic need is food, cloth, shelter, and we produce it. Why we produce it? Because it fulfills our requirements. It also fulfills or it gives production to our economy. Now question arises, how to do this production, how to produce in the economy. For production we required many factors. There are 4 requirements for the production of goods and services. So what we are producing? We are producing goods and services that we want, and how we will produce them? There are 4 requirements to fulfill. They are land, labor, physical capital, and human capital. When we talk about land, it is basic, important factors of production, by which what to do for setting up of an industry or factory. We need a land to build up along with other natural resources such as forest, water, minerals. See, everything. Suppose our school building is also located or is also established on a land, above a land. You have buy a land. Suppose you have buy a land, you set up factory there. Now after that we don't have labor. So who is going to work there? Factory doesn't run itself without any labor. Okay, it cannot produce goods by its own. It requires labor to produce goods in it. So in this sense, labor requires labor to produce goods. Okay, labor to do work. Labor is of labor can be of skilled, unskilled, educated, and uneducated. All are needed. Why all are needed? Let's see. When we talk about skilled labor, that means suppose in a shirt factory or in shirt producing industry, if a person is asked to make shirt where he doesn't know how to make it, will he be able to make? No. For that, skill is needed. In case of unskilled labor, where we found those who are carrying goods, they doesn't require any skill for that. Anyone can carry goods to load and unload anything. Load, suppose a vehicle, loading vehicle or unloading vehicle. Carrying goods to load and unload, it doesn't need any skill. So some work is done by educated laborers. Suppose a teacher is also a labor. He or she is giving labor, or he is giving service. Better we say it's service to a school. A teacher and suppose teacher, an uneducated person cannot teach for that education. For that education is needed. All kinds of labor is required, and their uses will be depend on nature of work. Skilled, unskilled, educated and uneducated, all are depend on the nature of work. So the third is physical capital. Suppose that is variety of inputs required at every stage during production. There is a two classification of physical capital. One is fixed capital and another one is working capital. Suppose take example of smart board. Okay, smart board. You have taken a land. You set up a factory where you have labor. Now you need some machines. Machines, some are fixed, means you will not change it again and again until it gets spoiled, until it get totally damaged. Once you buy it, you use it for making smart board. That is fixed capital. What comes under it? It includes or it adds tools, machines, buildings, etc. Now talking about working capital, it requires a daily basis. Suppose when you produce smart board, you hire some laborers for production. When you hire them, you provide them tea, biscuits, etc. This is you are bringing in a daily basis. So this is your working capital. Means it changes, it depends. So in this we include raw material and money in hand. Okay, see one more example. If you are dealing with in real life, suppose this school, you are building up a school where you have built it up on a land, and labor is a teachers. Teachers are the laborers where they are working as a physical capital. Teachers are the, suppose labor is the teachers, where physical capital is your desk, is your blackboard, your fan. These all are physical capital. And working capital is a teacher. Working capital, suppose if we are doing suppose cleaning we are doing, in sometimes we are providing sweets. These are working capital. It depends. Sweets we are not providing you every day, so it depends. So this is a working capital. Now comes human capital, which is knowledge and enterprise required by human beings. You have to understand deeply about the human capital, because your next chapter is entirely depend on human capital. Okay, so they are also called entrepreneurs, who will increase the production volume. Skilled, knowledgeable human capital. So I hope you understand this video. So we will discuss the remaining one in the next videos. Thank you.